Hi, this is Ruth Theresa with One Inspiring Woman, and I'm excited tonight to be with you. It's December 10th, 2020, and I'm excited to be with you. There's so much energy coming in that we are going to be talking about the energy on the planet and what's coming in after us, and kind of what some of the things that we can do to change or fix or modify what's coming in at us. And I know it's been crazy. I have been dealing with this for quite a while, but also I have tons of clients that are dealing with the same issues, the same scenarios that are going on. So I want you to know that this is the part that's really interesting, the part that's really like, what are we doing? How are we doing this? That's the part that I want to talk to you about tonight. It's the part that I want to tell you all about. So one of the things is we're kind of changing our platform. We're kind of changing what's going on in and around us, how I'm working with y'all online compared to it. It's one of those I have. That's the part that I want to talk to you about. So I want to make sure that everybody kind of gets a reading that will help them in some way. I think that's the best part of it. So that's one of the things that we're doing tonight is kind of getting ready for all of that energy to come in. And I don't want to just tell one or two of you with answering a question or two or what's coming in at you right now. I want to be able to assist a lot of people with a lot of energy of what's coming in and how are they dealing with things and what's going on. So not only have our Grand Conjunction coming up on December 21st, which is literally not this coming Monday, but the following Monday. But this next Monday, what we have is a, let's see, I know, crazy energy. We have got our solar eclipse. That's what it is. Our solar eclipse is coming in, and our solar eclipse is all about kind of shining the light on things that we haven't had light on in a long time, things that we haven't been dealing with in a long time, or kind of just a new perspective that we haven't really been y'all to understand of going on. So not only do we have this amazing energy of this Grand Conjunction coming in and kind of going from really grounded energy where we're really focused on you know, kind of like the me, what's going on for me, how am I going to deal with this, how am I going to do things, and kind of more into the we energy of how are we going to deal with things, how are we going to deal with the energy that's going on, how we deal with what's going on planetary wise. And so I want you to understand that this is something not to be afraid of, but something to kind of work through and embrace and deal with it. This energy is going to be on our planet for the next 20 years. It's not going away. It is going to be affecting our energy, not only really important for us to understand and to kind of get a hold of in some ways. So one of the things that we've been talking about is kind of like triggers over the last couple of videos, and I will put those links down beneath on my YouTube video and allow that to come in and work through some of the stuff. So if you haven't been watching the videos since the beginning of December, this is a really good time to start bringing that in and start working through some of those things. So so as we work through this, what are the triggers? Not only are you being triggered by stuff that you haven't been dealing with, but other people have been dealing with issues or things that are coming up or things that have been triggering for them. I have been dealing with clients that have been coming in for quite a while that are coming in with, you know, all of a sudden my mom got really mad, or all of a sudden my dad got really mad, or all of a sudden, you know, my sister or my coworker is dealing with things and I don't know how to help them with it, but they're really mad and upset. They're really angry with me. You know, all of these things are kind of coming in very quickly. And that's what people are dealing with right now. So kind of on top of that is we still have Uranus in retrograde, which is kind of an interesting energy. And right now, Taurus is kind of basically getting out of kind of starting to get back into the energy. But Uranus in Taurus energy is kind of really interesting. It all about is like analyzing what our motives are and why are we doing things. And you saw this a lot during the elections, the politics, things that are coming out. It's kind of like, what is motivating us to do something or to make changes? And it should be making us think about ourselves and like making changes in us, or how are we going to look at things differently. But if there's any resistance in there, if there's anything that's coming up resistant to that energy, it's kind of like, where are your old mental blocks, or relationship blocks? That's where all of this is coming in at. And so those are a great time to really look at those issues now and start to work through these. And so that's kind of the fun part of that. I know it may not be fun to kind of unpack your luggage and deal with all of this, but it's really cool to do that and work through this energy. And this energy is really amplifying us to make these changes now, to bring this energy forward, to bring this energy into ourselves and kind of what's about to happen, or what's about to come on our planet. The other one that we've kind of are still dealing with a little bit, Mars got out of retrograde kind of like the end of November, so just not too long ago, but it still isn't completely direct. It's kind of like it's getting faster. It's kind of like taking off from the light, but it's still not completely up to speed. So it's not really up to speed until January 2nd. So we're kind of dealing with this Mars energy. And Mars energy right now really points out like any difficulties in moving forward. People have felt like we're moving slowly, really forward, really slowly, almost like you're walking through water instead of running on land. So it's one of those, it can be really heavy energy. I will tell you that it's worth moving through all of this. It's worth to keep moving forward, because that's kind of the fun part of all of this, is to look at it, bring that insight and that energy forward, and to bring that to a new healed state. So keep moving forward. It can also make us hyperactive or hypersensitive to criticism. So that just kind of brings it up. So if you're working on something and you're kind of like dealing with a problem or a situation within else comes up and says, oh, you did this wrong, we're more likely to just freak out and, oh my gosh, this is overwhelming, and go through a drama situation, or almost like a drama trauma situation where we're bringing that energy up. Yet at the same time, it's kind of someone else kind of coming in and go, here's where your problem is, or here's where you need to fix something else. And that's not necessarily a bad issue or a problem. It's one of those, it's important to know that they're just showing us somewhere else we've got to clean up. It's kind of like, here's the spot on the dish that you forgot. Instead of going, I'm mad at you and I'm mad at myself for doing this, it's like, oh, okay, let me deal with this one next. And I'll deal with whatever else comes up next. And as long as we have that kind of working attitude towards things, it's going to make things easier. It's going to make this grand conjunction flip on the 21st much easier for each of us. So that's kind of the good part of this, is when they say something, criticize. I understand sometimes people really don't take criticism well. And then on top of that, with this Mars energy, that can make it even, even harder to take. But it's not a personal thing. It's kind of our universe's way of saying, here's your problem. Here's the problem that you should be dealing with. Here's the problem or the solution that I'm going to give you to work through this, energy really, really well. So I want you to understand that this is what we're going through. And one of the things that I have been working on, which has kind of been really fun, take the exercise, and I want you to write your introduction. If someone were to come to you and write or say it for you, and you're writing it for them, how are you going to say those words? How are you going to introduce yourself to the world? And I want you to use, I know we normally technically wouldn't say that, but a lot of I am this. I am the owner of my company. I am a psychic medium. I am whatever it is. And state those really proud, and in yourself, it's like, wow, I really am this. I am a psychic. I am a medium. I own my own company. I am strong. I have made it through so many things that I thought were going to divert me or hurt me in some way. And I made it through. That's the important part. That's the part that's the really cool part, is to really state those affirmation statements for yourself of, what have I made it through? And I know a lot of people have issues with things, but it's like, this is the part that you get to talk about yourself in a really positive way. I know for myself, I have been through some situations where I thought, this is my downfall. I'm not making this out, making out of this. I'm not going to make the life that I want out of this. Yet at the same time, I've been through it. And so that's something that I never thought I was going to get through. And now I'm through it. And it's like, wow, I thought this was going to be the end all be all for me. And I'm looking at it again. And it's almost like as if you were to go back to high school and think about a situation that just overwhelmed you in high school. Your boyfriend or girlfriend broke up with you, or the cutest guy or girl in school made fun of you. Something that overwhelmed you at the time that you thought, oh my gosh, there's no way I'm going to get past this. You made it past it. And it could be 5 or 10 years in the past, or even a year in the past. You made it through that. You made it through this event, and you've become a stronger person because of it. And that's the important part. Write those affirmation statements down, writing them down like through things that I never thought I could make it through, would make it through. And I have become a stronger person because of it. And so writing those affirmation statements for yourself in a very strong, positive way is going to help you kind of like, wow, these are the things I've already fixed or adjusted or changed in my life. That's the important part. Things that you thought you were never going to get through, write about them in this introduction. Like, I made it through this event. The most popular person in our school made fun of me, and I made it through. The most, cutest guy or girl did this, and I made it through. Those are the important parts. That's the part that we are meant to move forward. And how it came to us, what happened is only how our Creator sent us this message or taught us this lesson. And that's not what we're supposed to hold on to. We're not supposed to be like, oh my gosh, that most popular person hurt my feelings or did something bad or whatever it is. It's like, it's only because they were teaching us a lesson. They came in to assist us in learning an amazing lesson. That's what we need to honor. That's what we need to appreciate. That's the part that we need to go, oh my gosh, I made it through this. Those are the statements that you are going to hang on to forever. No one ever can take that away from you. No one can ever take those lessons away from you. No matter what else they take your car, your house, your spouse, your children, whatever it is, they cannot take that knowledge of what we learned in that situation. They can't take it away from us. And that's the important part for us to learn and to understand. That's the best part of this, is to understand that's our lesson. That's our word. That's our motto that we need to keep with us. I made it through all of this. Whatever it is, a bad marriage, a bad relationship, abusive, whatever it is, you made it through. It's one of those, and even if you passed it yesterday, it's one of those, you made it through. You're living a new life today. Don't hold on to the past. Hold on to what's going on right now. And right now, you're a winner. Right now, you've made it through all of this, and make that introduction for yourself. And I want you to read it to yourself. It's one of those that amplifies the energy, that brings in so much more when you start to read it to yourself. My name is Ruth, and I am this. I am strong, and I am powerful. I made it through this. I made it through that. Whatever it is, adding that abundance to that energy is freaking amazing. You're never going to deny that. You're never going to let that go. That's always going to be inside of us, along with these other things. Right now, it seems really hard with this Uranus energy and with this Mars energy, and then this Grand Conjunction coming up, and then we've got our solar eclipse, although it's going to be in South America. I think it's more visible in Chile and those kind of places. What's most important is all of this energy is coming to help you. All of this energy is coming and moving forward to assist you in moving forward. And right now, it may seem like it's hard to get started, kind of like that Mars energy of kind of like it's hard to get started. But once you do, once you start getting started and move forward through this, it's going to be amazing. Focusing on our strengths. Yes, Courtney's coming up on YouTube and going, yes, focus on your strength. Focus on the things that you've made made it through, whatever those are. A lot of people made it through classes that they never thought they would, made it through college classes, whatever that is, that energy is like most amazing to you. And put those affirmation statements down. And that's a really great thing to just put on a vision board, is just writing that introduction. I'm going to introduce you. I'm going to think of it as like Ruth is going to come and I'm going to read this out and literally introduce me to the world. And I want them to know that I've done these things. I've accomplished all of this, whatever it is. Some things you may think are like small or insignificant. Someone else may be really struggling with. Something that you made through with ease, it may be really just a Mount Everest of energy for them to work through. And the other way around, it's one of those, something that they went through with ease. You could just be like, oh my gosh, how did you make it through? These statements are really, really, really positive and really powerful for us to bring through. So write your introduction to the world, because literally on December 21st, 2020, we literally start a new world. And what do you want to bring into this world? That's what the vision boards are for. That's what the affirmation statements are for. But this introduction is to be read at that time frame and to really powerfully move your energy into this new phase of our planet. If y'all have any questions, I'm not answering any cards today. I will pull some cards and get us any information. Like we were talking about last time is I have had a lot of clients talking to me that they have, which not that we don't ever have any owls in the Houston area, we just don't have a lot of them. And so owl energy is kind of like that side of us that we normally don't bring forward. And that's kind of the energy of this solar eclipse that's happening on the 14th. So that's kind of what are we moving forward, or what are we moving forward into? So that's a really strong, powerful statement for us to make and to understand. So that's one of the things I want you to understand. Kind of some of the other side notes for us to understand is I'm pulling the card signs. So this is telling us we have all been having signs of what is coming forward, what is changing for us, the energy that we should be taking care of or moving into. This is really important. These signs are really important to take note of. And when one of the signs is when someone points out something, hey, you messed this, or hey, you forgot this part, whatever it is, it's not a criticism. Think of it as like, thank you for helping me with this. Thank you for showing me one more thing I really, really need to take care of. One more thing that I really need to move out of energetically or release energetically so I can move forward. So that's really important for all of us. So the other card I'm going to pull for us is all about power. This is the other part of this coming in really, really fast. Power is something that we have got to take a hold of as this grand conjunction comes in on the 21st. There's a lot of power and energy in play. And if you have been doing your affirmation statements, if you have been doing your introduction to the world, if you have been working on these triggers that we've been having for a couple of weeks now, it's telling us this is ready for a power change. We are ready to move in this energy and move forward in all of this. Yet at the same time, if you are not working through this, you're going to be sitting on the sidelines going, wow, where did you get all this power? Where did you get all that knowledge? And people aren't going to be there for you. It's one of those, it's like they've already moved past you. So it's one of those, don't sit on the sidelines. Really work with that energy, really move forward. What are you choosing to bring forward in you that is going to make your power statements even more? What are you going to go, wow, I've released that now. Release that energy, and I'm not holding on to that anymore. I'm moving forward and I'm moving into a new healed state for yourself. So the next card I'm going to pull for us is all about children. And this does children. What this means is looking at our world in this childlike innocence as this starts to change. I wish I could go and see the solar eclipse. It just isn't possible. We have to fly to Chile, and it's one of those literally parts of the world literally opened up for this to happen, for people to fly there. And this is going to be a really powerful energy. Even if we're not going to see it on our side of the world, it's going to be our planet, and it's going to affect all of our energy literally at the same time. As people start going through this and seeing the eclipse happen, you're going to start feeling that energy shifting in you as well. And then there's also some other powers. We've got our moon moving into Aquarius as well. We've got some other energy coming at us right before Christmas, the holidays. And this is an amazing time. I live in a huge city. I plan on December 21st and 22nd and 23rd for the next few days after this conjunction. I'm going to be driving out to the country where there's not as much light or light pollution, and taking pictures of this grand conjunctions, because it's going to look like the Bethlehem star. If you've ever heard that story, that's kind of what it's going to look like for us. And it's going to be amazing. And people have already taken amazing pictures as these planets are starting to move together, if you haven't seen those. The next card I'm pulling for us is all about balance. There is a balance in all of this. When you let something go, if you allow something to leave your grasp, you allow something else to come in. If I'm holding so tightly to this pen, I can't let anything else in. But if I open my hand, I can allow this pen to come in, and I can allow other things to come into this. If I'm holding on to the past, I'm holding on to things that I'm not allowing to change. If I open my hand, then I allow myself to fill it up with abundance and fun and laughter and power and more of me and more of the fun stuff that I want in my life. The more exciting, the more energetic, the more love I get to allow into my life. And that's what's powerful for me. So the balance of that is whatever you let go of, energetically, you're going to fill that up. And this is a really, really fun statement. I will be doing a meditation for a few minutes right at the end in just a couple of minutes. The next card I pulled first right before we start this meditation is all about blessings. These blessings are coming into us very, very quickly and very powerfully. And that's why it's really important, if you have not already worked on your affirmation boards or doing your introduction or your vision boards, and you can have way more than one vision boards, and it can be any size. It can be a business card size, it could be an index card size, or it could be even, you know, a poster board. You could have a poster board for every area of your life. You could have one for business and personal and new business ideas or ventures or whatever it is, new relationships, new friends coming in, and that's really important. So, let's see. I thank you all for joining me. I'm going to do like a quick 5-minute meditation here. And if you want to stay on, that's great. If not, I completely understand. We're just going to do a couple of deep breaths and kind of amp our energy up with this and really get on the right track of balancing our energy and bringing in this power for us. So, if you're staying on, great. We're just going to do literally a few minute meditation. So if y'all are used to me, it's one of those, y'all will be right along with this energy. This is a great thing to do. If you are driving or operating machinery or anything like that, don't do it. You can listen to it later on. It will be on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram later on for y'all to listen to. But if you're not, get in a comfortable position, and we're just going to start with a few deep breaths. In through your nose, down and through your chest, and all the way back out. One more deep breath in through our nose, down and through our chest, and all the way back out. Centering our energy and thinking about all the things that you have accomplished in your life. You've accomplished so many things, and we're going to start with the fun, silly stuff at the beginning. You learned how to walk. You learned how to crawl. You learned how to talk. You learned how to communicate well with others. You've learned or mastered so many things. How to color within the lines. how to pick and choose what you really desire in your life. You've picked amazing friends. Just may have chosen friends that didn't support your energy, and you learned how to pick better friends that will support your energy, not only today, but tomorrow and into the future. Relaxing your energy even more and just feeling this abundance of all the things that you've learned. Maybe you learned how to make a basket with a basketball hoop. Maybe you've learned how to play baseball or softball, volleyball, ping pong. What have you learned in your life? What are the lessons that you've learned? Maybe you've learned lessons that are harder than most. Maybe you've learned that sometimes the people in your life that are supposed to support you don't support you the way you would like supported. Yet at the same time, in that hard lesson, you learned how to pick people who will support you, who do love you for who you are, with all your lumps and your bumps and the things that you've done wrong. You have found people to support your energy. That's the best part of that lesson. Think about all the people that have been alongside of you. Maybe it's a high school friend that you no longer talk to. You can send them light and love. Just think of that person in your heart and just send that energy to them, thanking you for being part of my life. Thank you for being a part of my journey. Even if it was for a short period of time, I thank you for being a part of my journey. I thank you for being a part of my life. Think about past relationships, ones that may not have honored you the way you would like them to have. But what did you learn in all of that? What did you learn when you had someone who didn't support you? Maybe you learned not to be around those types of people. Maybe you learned to heal yourself and pull yourself up by your own bootstraps and move yourself into a stronger position in your world. Coworkers that may not have supported you in the past, and now you pick coworkers that support your energy and your purpose and whatever you're choosing to do, whatever program or whatever purpose you have in life, you have people around you to support you. And if they're giving you turbulence, if they're kind of in that situation and not supporting you or being critical of you, they're there to support you, to tell you what is wrong so you know that you can fix it. This is a really important one. I want you to send light and love to the other people around you that are in your life today, friends, family. They may not support you the way you would like them to, but they are supporting you to the best of their ability. To the best of the ability that they can support you, they are absolutely doing that at this time. And you must also choose to support them. I thank you for joining me this evening. I will be back on live Saturday morning at 10 a.m. To do a couple of other things. Anything that's come up for you guys, you can send me a message or a text message or an email. And I would love to be a part of it and to be able to share that with other people so we can bring everybody listening to a new healed state. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I thank you for joining me. I thank you for being a part of this with me today. And hopefully I'll see you Saturday morning at 10. If not, I will see you sometime next week. And I will be posting when I will be going live again. So I thank you for joining me, and I thank you for being a part of my life and supporting me in my business. I know you're going to have an amazing night, and hopefully we'll be talking again soon. Y'all have a great night.